Good morning, rise and grind, beautiful people.
Yeah.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to another episode of the Rise and Grind Morning Show. It's your girl, Miss Leah Renee. And of course, I got the beautiful Shay K.
Hey.
And of course, we got our wonderful creative producer, Jessica Cool in the building. I can give you a name every day.
What is that? Jessica Cool. That don't even make sense.
Jessica Cool?
You like Jessica Cool or J. Cool?
You know what? Just call me J. Period.
J.
Period. Period.
That sounds just about right for you too.
Good morning to everybody tuning in. We appreciate you tuning in for another great episode of the Rise and Grind Morning Show. I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Lima Humidop and Hotbox. If you would like to become a sponsor of the All New Rise and Grind Morning Show, make sure you send your info to Rise and Grind, that's the letter N, at the 419grind.com, and you can become a sponsor of the All New Rise and Grind Morning Show. So how are we feeling today? It's Thirsty Thursday.
From the sponsorships, I got an announcement to make.
Oh, you got an announcement?
We have a new
News. We got.
Essential Vibes Entertainment.
Hey! Brady I love it.
Sponsor.
Yes, congratulations on becoming a new sponsor, and thank you for your support. Just for holding us down from the very beginning. Want to say we want to apologize. We're having a little bit of an echo. We know. Thank you for letting us know that. We appreciate that, Jay. But we're gonna get that together real soon. So just bear with us. Other than that, aside from that, how's everybody's morning doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. How was your guys' drive-in?
It was easy, nice and smooth.
Yeah, it was nice and easy. The weather and traffic is looking pretty good so far. It's about 33, 34 degrees. We're not seeing any sun, but we're not seeing any rain either, or snow. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah,
I'll take that in January. So it's dry outside. You know, it's not too cold. It's a little chilly, but it wasn't too cold. I came out with my Gladiator hoodie on today.
Okay.
And so it was a good day. So we're going to get to about a high of about 36. We're not going to see too much of a shift in the weather. It's going to be cloudy all day, so definitely won't need your sunglasses today.
I got my regular glasses on today.
Yeah. As far as traffic is concerned, we're not seeing any accidents on the road right now. The roads are looking dry. Not seeing any slickness or slippery. I was about to make up a word. I was about to say slipperiness.
What is that word I said yesterday? King to me?
King to me. We just making up words now. We're just making up our own vocabulary. So, that's your weather and traffic for the day. It's looking pretty good, pretty fair. So just be safe on the roads out there on your morning commute, and no texting and driving. You know, no distractive driving. Keep it safe. DeJuan, I see you on the live. Okay, I see you. If you're on your way in this morning, be careful. Don't be speeding, DeJuan.
Where you at? Good morning, Damo.
Good morning, Damo. Good morning, Ness. Hey, girl. Joe. Breezy.
Good morning,
Jay.
Grinders.
Good morning, Grinders. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We got another great show this morning. We're going to be sitting down with another great guest in the beauty world. So look forward to that later in the show. So, guys, man, there's a lot going on in the headlines.
Man, I have to turn my phone off.
Yeah. Jesse, are we going to get into trending topics?
It's Trending Topics in Toledo on the Rise and Grind Morning Show. It's Trending Topics in...
Rewind.
Yeah, so, I guess we all know what's been going on in the news in the last 24 hours, and it's crazy.
The animals broke free from the zoo.
You know, they want to call us monkeys, but what in the hell is going on Capitol Hill?
This is crazy.
This is madness. This is absolute madness.
Last time I
cannot believe what I'm seeing. I was sitting there watching the news like, this cannot be real.
Same.
Like, this whole 2020 and 2021, I feel like I'm literally inside a movie. Like, I feel like I should be getting a check. Like, I feel like I'm an actress in a movie. Like, this is, where is my check for this movie? Like,
we said 2020 was turning 21, so she's drinking. She drunk.
Yeah, 2020.
I don't claim that though.
No?
What?
Okay.
That's
No,
drunk?
this is not. This is a new thing.
Okay.
But this is a incident that is seen by people who blamed us. I mean, who like looked at us crazy for protesting for equal rights.
Right.
That's all we want
for
is
being
equal,
killed in the streets.
right.
Yeah.
Equal
Yeah.
rights. And they protesting because somebody lost
Because of an election.
Like that makes no sense to me.
We're
Me either.
peacefully, most people are peacefully protesting.
Right.
Because of we're seeing our people get murdered in the streets.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys are upset because of an election. Y'all some sore losers. Y'all didn't learn as kids to not be sore losers.
This is beyond sore.
You know what?
This is ridiculous.
What's funny but not funny is there were black people in that group.
Yes.
It's so funny. I only seen the one guy standing and they got a good picture
It
of
was-
him.
Are you
Yeah,
talking
it
about
was-
the dude that had on
The book bag and the hoodie and
they said he was looking for the stimulus checks because he was just standing in the picture like, what is going on?
They said, I was listening to the Breakfast Club this morning. They was laughing at, I think they were talking about the same dude. They said that he looked like, Charlamagne said, I'm going to tell you why he was there. He said, that man loves white women. He saw a bunch of white women going into a facility and he thought it was a party.
Like, he did not look like he wanted no parts, but he was just looking for other stuff.
He got in there and was
there.
like, hold on, where did I end up?
That is crazy. It was so. How many more do you guys think you saw?
Man, I don't know.
Because like I said, I logged off early.
I didn't really. I couldn't either. I really couldn't watch long. I'm not.
And
even
the
gonna
last
lie.
time I seen it was only one person shot. I said it would have probably been about 300 people.
Dead, but still, like I didn't even watch the news. I don't watch the news because I'll be at work.
Right.
But I saw it on Facebook, on social media.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I meant. I wasn't really watching the news.
Oh,
I was more like
that's
watching.
What I call it.
I was like watching.
News.
That is our news.
Yeah, exactly.
I was watching it on social media as well.
Yeah. Right.
But it's just like, I don't know. This is just ridiculous. I don't even know what to think. I don't know. You know, my mom has been talking about this type of stuff for a long time now. She said that this type of thing is gonna, like it's gonna get ugly. It's just gonna get uglier and uglier. And I remember, early in the election, her saying, even if Trump doesn't win, his people they're not gonna go quietly. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
But that is so crazy. But you want to know, even though the midst of all this stuff that is going on, I am so glad that we can stop saying our vote doesn't matter. Because we got out there and voted. I mean, that's all that it was.
It's crazy. 73 million people voted for Biden, and 71 or 72 million voted for Trump.
It was a close call.
That's
we
a lot
went
of
and
people.
did our job.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's like, had y'all won, then it's not rigged. Now it's not, now you don't have to do all this recount and like, it's just ridiculous.
It's just too much.
Like, it's too much.
So why didn't this happen after the election results came out?
I feel like
It's
since
like-
the new one,
I
since
feel
for
like
the
they've
Senate,
been-
since that one.
In Georgia?
Yeah, I feel like the Georgia one is what riled everybody up.
They had a vote yesterday, right? In the Senate for what?
What'd you say?
Didn't they have a vote yesterday?
That was the one in Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought
Yeah.
it was something else that they voted for
I
think
seen
to
something about.
overturn the election results, right?
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm
one.
not sure about that one.
Yeah.
I just saw
But-
something on social media. I thought that's what it was.
I
okay.
saw what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
but
There was something, a vote that had taken place in Georgia.
I thought that's why they was acting a fool.
Yeah, but no, I think
Man, it
that,
could
but
be
I think they
anything,
did. I
for
think
real.
it was. I think what was going on was they were doing like another recount, or they were like confirming, like they were basically like confirming, his presidency and confirming that he is the one, and then I don't know, all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's ridiculous. I'm trying to figure out how come, the National Guard and
that's
the
what I was
military
wondering,
have
too.
not been
Right.
brought in. This is ridiculous.
At
like
all.
you guys brought in military and all the SWAT and all these forces for people who are peacefully protesting, in response to a black man being murdered in the
Right.
streets.
Yeah.
Right.
And now you guys, where's that same energy?
That's
like
crazy.
where is your military? Like, how is this happening? How are you guys allowing these people to just run up in Capitol Hill on the people who are serving?
And they in there, like they was in there sitting at the desk.
Yeah,
taking
in
pictures.
Capitol
the
Hill.
hats on, like it's crazy.
The one dude came out with a piece of mail from the lady's office.
Yeah, like it was crazy.
And the-
crazy.
They was sitting at her desk with the
Snatching
feet up
podiums
and it's just taking pictures.
and got
just the disrespect.
Confederate
Like,
flags walking through the Capitol building. Like
It's
that's
crazy.
That is
that's disrespectful.
crazy.
and it's scary because
is
it's like,
scary.
where are we at in the state of our nation? And
Right.
again, like I said, my mom has been talking about this for a long time. She been said, we got guns in our house, like we're strapped up. She said, like, we got to make sure that every everybody in our communities, like in the black and brown communities, like need to be like strapped and ready because like it's gonna get really ugly. Like, and we're gonna have to be forced to defend ourselves.
It was scary that, for one, what they did on Capitol Hill. Secondly, I've seen people in that protest with Civil War shirts. 2021, January 6, 2021, the start of the Civil War. Like, okay, they've been planning this for a while.
Right, if you go out and get some shirts and stuff made.
Right.
I mean, this was a calculated, this is a premeditated, and it's, I don't know, it's ridiculous. It's like, crazy. I don't even know what to say. Like, okay, so shout out to Michael Williams. He said, yes, he's right. They had to officially vote in Congress to accept the electoral vote. So that's what was going on. And Chris McBrayer said yes, they ratified Biden's presidency. So basically, that's what this was. It was just a reconfirmation that yes, he is the new president. He is the one that's going to be stepping into office. And no, Trump, you lost. Get out.
Yeah,
like it's time for you to go.
Right. And then it's like when he made a statement. He was saying, "Yeah, they stole the election from us." I can't say it verbatim, but they stole the election from us. We got robbed or whatever. But please go home. Go. We don't need you to do this. But at the same time, like, okay, you need to.
Why would you word it like that?
Yeah.
That ain't about to make them want to go home.
Don't justify their actions by your words.
Yeah.
Right.
You need
lost.
to do the same thing.
Nobody cheated.
Have the same energy that you had when you went out to hold your Bible in front of St. John's Church, and have the National Guard out there, Mason and tear gas bomb people just for standing.
Right.
That's just crazy. And you spent $5.5 million to do your own revote. Like, how many times you want to keep revoting and talking about people?
Like, it's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Like the answer is still remains the same.
The pride of men will cause him to fall.
In the whole world, you see acting a fool.
Yeah, I mean, because he's the leader of our nation.
Yeah,
and
so of course.
So now
he's just given free reign for them to do what they do. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And we see you guys. Good morning to the viewers and listeners. We appreciate you guys tuning in. As you do every day, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you to our sponsors, Lyman Humadop and Hotbox. Yes. Again, if you would like to become a sponsor of the All New
and Essential Vibes.
Yes, and Essential Vibes. Yes. So if you would like to become a sponsor of the All New Morning Show, make sure you send your info to Rise and Grind at the419grind.com and you can become a sponsor. So we got a great guest coming in.
Yes.
They've just arrived. So we're going to take a quick break and we're going to get back to this conversation though, because this is heavy what's going on in the headlines and what our country is facing, and we definitely don't want to, just skate over it, but we definitely want to bring our guest in and introduce him and talk all things barber, and get into him too. So you guys stay tuned. We'll be right back.
And call in too.
Yes.
And let us know what you're thinking about what's going on.
Absolutely.
What's going on, everybody? This is Lance Self is who I am.
And I am Arlinda Self.
And we are the Selfs, and here to present our show called Self-Explanatory.
Yes, it's our podcast presented by 419 Grind.
That name just has a ring to it. Self-Explanatory. I feel like we're about to be explaining a bunch of shit. It's true. I feel that's what it's about to be.
Well, I think we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about marriage, of course.
Okay.
We've been married, 2 years now, right?
2 years, we've been together for 8.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness. It's a long time.
Y'all going to ask what took so long.
What did take? You know what? We'll get there.
Self-explanatory.
We're going to talk about blended families.
Yeah.
Praying for your spouse. Gender roles. Living with family members. Cheating. Raising kids. Family upbringing. Being there for your spouse. Finances. Being a wife and a husband. Trying to be together and be individuals at the same time, which is one of the things.
It took a while.
It's taken a while, but it's the fun part. We're learning that.
That's what marriage is.
It's a process.
It's a life journey. It's not an overnight thing. Yeah, because I know there's a lot of days where I'm trying to be individual. I get on your nerves because of my individual ways. I can tell you one thing for damn sure though. Definitely get on my nerves. It'd be a lot. She definitely gets on my nerves, but I love her.
I get on your nerves?
Yes, it's possible. You do a lot. What's wrong? What's the problem? What's wrong? Hey. I am Lance Self.
And I am Arlinda Self.
And this is the Self-Explanatory Podcast, presented by 419 Grind.
Listen on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and wherever podcasts are heard.
Welcome to Cloth Talk with Rob Lewis, where we bringing you nothing but exclusives, all the interviews, all the backline stories, all the stuff you don't hear and see every day. And every guest that you see on the show, they cut from that cloth. No, everybody ain't cut from that cloth. So sit back, enjoy the show.
The Rise and Grind Morning Show is on 419 The Grind.
Welcome back. You are tuned into the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show. Thank you for tuning in for another great episode. You're here with Leah Renee and Shay K. And we have a great, wonderful guest in the building. He's a personal friend of mine.
Yes.
He is all about his money.
Okay,
honey. He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
He's a barber.
Yeah.
He's an instructor.
Yes.
He's a husband.
Yes.
He's a father.
Yes.
And he's Dr. Breon Hall's right-hand man.
Okay.
It is Mr. Zante Moore.
Hey! Good morning.
Have you ever had an introduction like that, Z?
No.
We need an introduction award.
No, I appreciate it.
I got that from trees. I ain't even gonna lie. So thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. You know, I've been trying to get you in here for a while.
Busy man.
You be booked and busy. You know, you don't got time for old Leah Renee. You know, so thank you for finally carving out the time. And you're also busy schedule to stop through. We appreciate you.
Listen.
Yes.
So for those of our viewers and listeners who don't know you, you know, just give us a brief introduction of who you are. You know, who is Zante? Where do you come from? You know, where were you born and raised? You know, all of those great things.
Tell us.
All right. Well, I'm a Toledo.
Trending topics in Toledo on the Rise and Grind Morning.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, listen, I do production all the time. Stuff happens. You be like, man, what?
Oops.
No, but I'm,
No, remember that
right?
one?
Exactly.
No, look, I got a little story real quick before you get into that. I was like on the set with him one time when he was doing something, and remember I told Aisha to fix her mic. I like interjected in his little situation when I wasn't supposed to, and it caused like an audio malfunction. And he looked at me like, "Did you ever do that again?"
Players mess up sometimes.
I was like, "Oh, my bad."
Hold on, and I'm like, you know better. This is what you do. You know better. You know.
Don't touch the board.
Yeah. So anyway,
So I'm a Toledoan, born and raised.
hey, from the mud.
Okay.
I graduated from Toledo Technology Academy.
Okay.
I grew up in the Libby area and Scott area, so between the two of those, I'm a family man. Got 2 kids, an 8-year-old boy, a 2-year-old girl. Been married for 5 years, you know, to my lovely wife, Vanita Moore.
Hey, that's my girl.
Shout out to
Shout out to Queen,
Shout out to
wifey.
wifey. You know, she over at P4SL getting it in.
Okay.
Let's see here. Now, I run the studio actually across the parking lot.
Yeah.
From here.
Okay.
I'm a barber.
The alignment.
Right.
Exactly.
We all about that.
Exactly. So I got Z's Parlor. You know, trying to bring some different, a different feel to the barber game in Toledo. You know, and then I teach barbering, so it's kind of a whirlwind effect. You know?
It just matches.
It does. So outside of that, you know, I'm a church man. I'm an elder in the church.
Amen.
I produce all of our Yeah, I produce all of our stuff.
Okay.
Since this whole pandemic started.
Okay.
And it's just
for Breon Hall Ministries is what
Okay.
he's speaking of.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And then outside of that, I ref basketball, so I stay pretty busy.
So you just all over.
You ref basketball?
Yes.
I didn't even know that.
Like,
what
when
league?
do you sleep? Where do you?
Goodness.
I'm trying to keep the bags down,
I don't know how you do all the things you do, Z, because every time I see him, he's working. He's always selfless, always doing something for someone else. And,
Sound like he grinding.
Yeah, always on the grind. It's a beautiful thing.
it.
So how long have you been a barber exactly?
Licensed. I've been licensed for 6 years.
Okay. And so how long have you been teaching?
Short of 6 years.
Okay. So
you just
as
came
soon
out the
as
game.
Yeah, so you came out right
teaching.
Okay, so
When
talk
you
about that journey. Yeah.
When you get an opportunity, you kind of jump
absolutely.
on it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So when I graduated from, actually I'll be going into my seventh year actually. In 2014, I graduated barber school. The director I had at that time asked me if I was interested in teaching, and I hadn't thought about teaching. But I said if the opportunity arose, I'd jump on it.
Right.
So
what do you think it was about you that made him or her want to reach out to you and say, we want you to come teach?
all I can tell you is God, because anything else, don't matter. So,
That's right.
He gave me some favor, and I graduated in February. In June, July, there was an opportunity that came available to be a sub. I applied for it. He asked me to apply for it. I applied for it. In September of that year, I started subbing. I subbed for a day, and then after that, I've been full-time ever since.
Well, you just subbed for one day and you got it. Look at God.
Yeah,
so
that's
I've been
amazing.
there. I've been laid off once, so that's why I don't let the barbershop go. But
Right.
outside of that, I've been there ever since.
Right.
Well, that's
Oh, that's
nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
So you don't work in a, like the traditional, barber shop setting.
Right.
You have Z's Parlor over here in Sola Salon.
That is correct.
What made you want to branch out and do it that way instead of, being in a barber shop? Or were you once in a barber shop and then you decided to go this route?
I was at a barber shop, and once again, opportunities come arise.
Yeah.
However the opportunity get here, you just gotta, take it by the wings and fly.
Yeah.
Right.
So back in I think we going to 21. So in 18, there was a situation happened at a shop that I was at where we had some structure issues because it was a big storm. Tree fell on the back of the shop, so we was out of the shop for a little bit.
Oh, wow.
So I was illegally, in quotation marks, cutting in people's homes, just trying to, maintain my clientele,
Right.
whatever, whatnot. And kind of at that time, it was like, what can, now that I'm away from the shop, let's think about this. Is this something that I want to go back into, or if I want to try to get ready to venture into my own thing?
Right.
And one of my students at the time was preparing their studio over here, and I checked it out and I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a very nice studio. It actually, I met him, through Dr. Hall over there at GMPC this last summer when I started kind of volunteering over there and stuff. But I didn't even realize it until I went to go get my nails done that he was in the same, studio, the same salon as my nail tech, and then him and my nail tech are real good friends. So, and then she's also a member of the church. So it's like everybody's all connected, and it was, I was like, wow, I didn't know you had, had a salon, had a space here. So that was funny when I realized that. But yeah. And our girl Aisha, she's gonna be here tomorrow. So it all came full alignment because then we all are involved now. Aisha has gotten involved in the production ministries, and then I've also gotten involved in the production ministries over there, and we all work as a great team together, and so it's just funny how things align like that, and it falls into your lap. So speaking of that, when did you become a member over at GMPC, and like what pushed you into wanting to do that ministry?
Well, listen, how that started. Back in 03, I was a member of a church called Thomas Temple over on Ashland and Bancroft. And my bishop at that time had passed away.
Oh, okay.
And the church was kind of in limbo.
Yeah.
And so I went a couple of different places. And my cousin was playing drums over at GMPC.
Okay.
And at that time, I was just kind of going and visiting. And then, I kind of felt at home, so I stayed. And I've been there ever since. And then from there, it's just been a matriculation of roles and responsibilities and stuff like that.
Right. So I know because I've personally stood next to you and you've helped me with even a couple things, and I will say the same thing that I always say about Jesse. I've actually already told you this, that I think you're a creative genius, same as Jesse. And did you always know that you wanted to like get into production and like media type stuff, or was that kind of just something, was that a road or a path that God set in front of you and you just walked down it?
You know how they say you're a jack of all trades and a master of none. So it's one of those things that, you kind of just got through in and it just flows. So I still don't know quite yet what we doing with this whole production and all this, but
I can't tell.
Works.
I would never know.
It flows.
You would think that this is a vision you had for a long time.
What all do you do in media? Like,
man, listen, I do a little bit of everything. From what we do over there, we do video production. I have a media guy, where I shoot the video, send it to him, he'll tweak it. Right. We do green screen stuff. A little bit of it all.
Right. Everything that we see on Dr. Hall's page, they're responsible for all that.
And that looks nice.
It looks amazing, you know. And so
it's stressful, but I try to keep.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yes.
On top of dealing with clients and stuff like that, when did you decide that you wanted to be a barber? Is that something that you always dreamed of?
Man, that's another situation too. Back in high school, I used to cut my own hair. And then,
Really?
I still do every now and then, but it's just I had kind of had some clients here and there and stuff like that, and my mom was like, you should go to barber school, and I'm like, I just cut on the side,
side hustle.
Right.
Yeah, and she was like, you should do that, and I did it, and once I went to barber school, just.
Did you have any brothers? Was you practicing on brothers or just yourself?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I do have a brother that I'm probably the only person that has ever cut his hair.
Okay.
To this day.
Okay.
And
loyalty.
Yeah. And, that's why I tell my students. They be like, if I come to your shop, I'll take your clients. I said, listen.
What's for you and who is for you is gonna always be for you, no matter what.
I said,
can't nobody come take what's yours.
Once they sit in my chair, they ain't going nowhere.
It's funny when the students try to challenge the professor, right?
Everybody think that they better. Like, you're still learning, and I am too.
Right, and that's great to have that confidence, but to think that you know more than the person who's teaching you is, that's funny. But so. You got into becoming a barber, like you said. You did it as a side hustle at first. Your mom convinced you to go ahead and do barber school.
Right.
Were you working at the time? Like, what were you doing to financially provide for yourself when you decided I'm gonna?
So as you see, I get it in. So when I started barber school, I was working at the post office.
Okay, so you had
were you delivering the mail, or were you working at the station?
I was downtown actually.
Sorting it or delivering?
I've done everything in the post office.
How long did you work there? How long did you work there?
I was there on and off for like 3 years.
Okay. So and that's a good job. So you had a great job. You had good benefits. You're working, and you just said, you know what, it's time to.
I was doing barber. I was doing the post office. I was in school for business.
Wow.
And then so I put a business on hold so I could start this business.
Yeah.
And then I just haven't went back to that yet.
Okay, I like that. Yeah. I mean, you've been very successful, obviously, in what you've been doing.
Right.
And so you've been busy, haven't had the time, I'm sure.
You've been productive.
When the time is right, or, if that's even what God has, destined for you.
I don't really see it, you know. But,
well, right now, you got a lot on your plate. So
tell me about it.
Yeah. So talk about being a family man and, being an entrepreneur. Spending so much time away from home, and always, just on the go. How is that challenging for trying to hold down a home front as well and be there as a husband and a father?
Man, it's rough. You know, it's, you have to commend single parents, but then you also have to give honor where it's due when it comes to the couples that stay together.
Absolutely.
But try to grind it out together.
Yeah.
You know, because she's in school right now as well.
Yeah.
Okay, what's she in school for?
She's working on her master's in marriage and family therapy.
Yes, shout out to V. Yes.
So right now she's a clinical therapist right now.
Wow.
Okay.
She's running her department over at P4SL, and so on top of that, you know, it's just trying to get everything together and keep everything moving.
Yeah. And I would think that too, I mean, and I don't know because I'm a single woman, I don't have a partner, but you know, what I hear a lot of couples say is that, you know, just having that teammate, because of course you're not always going to agree. Of course you're not always going to get along, you know, but when it comes down to it and you're in those moments of strife and struggle, you have that person to be able to hold, you know, you guys can lock hands and put your heads together and figure this thing out, you know, whereas, you know, me and Shay, we're like, we got to put our heads to the sky and, you know, and wait for our God to figure it out, you know?
Yeah, both go to your corners and ain't nobody looking on the other side.
Right, you know?
At least when you getting into an argument, you like, all right, you go to your corner.
And
then,
we arguing with ourselves.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
I'm putting this side of myself over there and this side over there.
And there's still money. This money is still not adding up.
Right, not at all.
Talk about it.
So what has been your biggest challenge, would you say, as a barber in this industry? What kind of challenges do you face?
I mean,
and then especially with COVID, obviously COVID happened. Like, how did that affect your business and your brand?
COVID, you know, barbering is what it's always been. You know, people, the challenge with barbering is people. You know, and it's not even the fact that people are a problem, is the selfishness of it.
Oh yeah.
You know, because people are more inclined to want to get a service done versus taking care of their health. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When in a barbershop, it's easy to pass a communicable disease. You know, if you got the common cold, you come into the barbershop, I get the common cold, then I can pass on to all my clients. You know what I'm saying? But if you sit out that session, you know what I'm saying, while you recover from that common cold, it helps me protect myself and
everyone else.
And your family.
So I've had to sit down, you know, twice during this this whole COVID experience due to other people's lack thereof.
Right.
Selfishness.
So it's I haven't really suffered on the financial end because of my clientele. But at the same time, you know, I'm not going to say it's been easy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
And so what kind of precautions or changes did you have to make when this all happened?
Honestly, I've just been doing the same thing I've been doing because where I am.
He said, I was already clean. Exactly. No, that's right.
Just had to add a mask to it.
Just added a mask.
And honestly, for barbers, mask is the best thing since
anyway.
Sliced bread because you'd be surprised how much hair and other dust
you can
that
breathe
you would
in.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Yeah, that does make sense.
I know, I don't know who it was that had doctors. It might have been Peanut. But he used to wear, like back
always has worn a mask?
In the 90s and early 2000s, wear a mask and gloves. So.
Yeah.
Because you'd be surprised, you know, you barbers who, you know, don't have the necessary means of financial stability set up because of the stigma of, you know, I can't let the government know how much I actually make. And then when stuff happens, like a respiratory disease because of what you've been doing, inhaling, you know, via your occupation.
Right.
And then when the time comes and you need to sit down because you can't do it
you
no
haven't
more.
Even prepared yourself.
Well, it's not that you haven't prepared yourself. It's that you falsely verify what you were making. And now when the government is saying, well, you've been reporting this 20 grand, I'm going to give you 20 grand, but you've been living off of 100. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like that adjustment.
Yeah.
You know, how can I adjust to living off of 20 that the government is giving me when I'm actually, you know. So it's one of those.
Yeah.
It's a catch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tricky too because there are so many people, you know, I think especially with, you know, with the whole pandemic and with everything that happened, and a lot of people then wanting to try to, get unemployment, or if they were self-employed or whatever, and they didn't, like you said, a lot of people, will purposely, be misleading with their income, and then it ends up hurting them because, you've basically told the government that you're only bringing in this, but now, you can't, like you said, you're not going to get what you need or whatever. Exactly. So yeah, I think, that does be a cause for, but it's just crazy too, because a lot of people through this whole pandemic, you keep hearing about all this fraud, and like a lot of people weren't even, didn't even have, they didn't even have proof to even show for anything, and then they were just getting all this money, getting loans and getting grants and getting, all this money. And then you have people who really were suffering and who really had worked, and couldn't get it.
What's worse is you got billionaires or millionaires who have $1 billion companies who are getting these small business loans, and grants. Yep. And some of us who have a business that needed help.
Right.
So that's even worse than.
So that was frustrating for me, and I say it a lot too. I have a salon too, and we still had to shut down, still had to pay bills there, and we didn't qualify for anything as far as it was all taken up. We go apply for them. Like you said, these people that don't even have businesses or make way too much and got the money, and now it's not any left for us people that really need it. It's really a bummer.
So when it all happened, and when our state first shut down and they said, we have to close down the salons and the barbershops and stuff like that, how long were you, exactly how long were you closed down? Like, were you not able to work?
We shut down, I think, in March, and we didn't open back up the salon the studio until I think it was like June or July.
Same.
So for like
about June.
Couple months.
June.
Yeah, same for me too.
So during that time, how were you able to sustain?
Listen,
savings.
Yes, but God put you in positions.
Amen.
So I teach at the barber school. So through the whole time being at the barber school,
the school
so you were still able to teach.
We were shut down.
The barber school was?
Yeah.
Okay. How long did y'all, was that about the same?
We didn't go back in until July.
Okay.
But they still covered us throughout that time.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's dope. Yeah.
Did they let y'all do unemployment?
I didn't need to.
Oh, okay.
I need you to follow the conversation. They covered us the whole time.
That's amazing. That's a blessing. So even though you didn't have to teach, they were still paying.
I was still getting my 80 hours.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I just had to be, if they called, I just had to be available. That was it.
Yeah. So if they did call and you had to be available, what was the situation like that? Like when?
I mean, you just go in for a meeting.
Oh, okay. So it's just like meetings here and there, stuff like that. You weren't actually. So I'm surprised they didn't like create some sort of like, now you got to do the Zoom classes. You guys didn't have to fall into that sort of thing and do like a.
The state got something similar to that going on, but we didn't set up for it because it's not necessarily beneficial for a lot of our students.
Right. It's more hands-on that they need. Right. So that Zoom.
That online portion would only be theory.
Right.
And we only do so much theory.
So much,
anyway.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And most of our stuff needs to be practical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, that would definitely be difficult. So how long were you guys? So there were a point in time where they shut down and the students didn't have to come in for classes? How long was that?
Barber school shut down from March until. Like I said, we opened back up in July.
And so that probably was like not a good thing for them though, because as a student, it's just like the kids who were, seniors or in college and couldn't have their graduation or couldn't, basically didn't get to really enjoy and celebrate. So there were probably some students who were maybe going to graduate during that time or were supposed to finish and weren't able to.
I had a student who was supposed to have been finishing in February or March, one of the two, but once it got shut down, he got pushed back all the way to July.
Wow.
So
yeah, that sucks. Yeah. Because you've been in it, you've been in school, you're expecting to finish at this, you're counting down the days and then this, like that's crazy.
And we had told him, man, we was just joking around, but we was like, hey bro, you gonna keep messing around, you're gonna be back here in July. And then, like I tell people all the time, the power of life and death is in your tongue.
Right.
So if you speak that thing, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna come. And it end up happening. You know, we end up apologizing to the man, but you know, we kind of spoke that thing into existence.
Yeah, and that's crazy. But I know that, like, because I graduated college, and I just remember that time, even high school. Like, I remember that time of graduating and looking forward to it and getting ready and preparing. And like, I couldn't even imagine, not having went through all that, went through school, you put in the work, you did the hard work, and now it's time to celebrate and you can't. Like that, exactly. That would be the worst. Yeah.
I felt bad for a lot of the high school students. My daughter, it was her 6th grade year, but I was like, well, that's not as big as, seniors missing prom and homecoming, and they missed all of that.
Bria was in 8th grade, so like, they she the little 8th grade thing, but going into her freshman year, like, she's been devastated because you remember high school, you remember your freshman year, you was
pick out
ready
your best outfits and go to all the football games.
So she's not enjoyed being online for her freshman year, but I'm definitely enjoying it. Keep my eye on her.
So I'm watching you.
Exactly. So did you get a chance to, I know that because I know you personally, I know that you know who TJ Johnson is, and was he one of your students?
He was.
Okay, so that's dope. And so I know that you then are familiar with the barber battle that he put together.
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, he had a barber battle over the weekend, and then
I'm hearing that it's still going.
Yeah, it's going on, but he had the first one over the past weekend, and he's gonna have. I said we're. Look, I'm just gonna involve myself. Exactly. He's gonna have another one.
I see he January posted 17th. One for makeup artist battle already.
Oh wow,
I was like, oh, that was fast.
Yeah.
He got all
so now he started. Yeah, he started with the barber thing, but now he's got his creative juices are flowing, and he's thinking about the nail techs now, the makeup artists, and I just think that's so dope. He's bringing something to the city that we've never seen, because we remember the hair shows, right? The hair shows was the big thing back in the 90s and the early 2000s, and we don't really see or hear much about that anymore,
Right.
And so that's kind of what this reminds me of. It kind of reminds me of like the hair show days, and I just think that's really dope that he's doing that. But what is that like to see, you obviously saw him when he came in as a novice, as a student, and you didn't, to see him now, make it through school, graduate, and come out here and, kind of becoming a little visionary and a visionary in his own right. What does that do for you as an instructor and as someone who's kind of been a mentor for him?
Listen, well, it's actually kind of interesting, because in my almost 7 years, in my 6 years of teaching now, I have a lot of different barbershops throughout the city and in the surrounding areas, So sometimes when I go into a shop, it's, hey, this whole shop is, former proteges of mine,
Yeah.
But I like what TJ's doing. He's always had a grind to himself. We still right now we still working on some stuff because we trying to get him situated on some things. But I like what he's doing. He had a barber battle that he wanted to put together back in March.
Yeah, he was telling us about it.
Yeah.
So, because I think I was supposed to be one of the judges or something like that for that. But now he got this going on, and everything is virtual now. So he's just taking it by the horns and riding it.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because he did mention that he's had this idea for a while. He's had this vision for a while. He said that he reached out to barbers in his community because he wanted to do it from here, and he said that he just didn't get any type of reception from anybody really here.
Right.
And then it wasn't until later on, and COVID happened and different things happened. And then now, he finally was just like, no, I'm gonna put it together. And then somebody was interested and ready. What do you think it is about like our city, or maybe that industry, that do you think that is like a competition thing? Do you think that people kind of don't want to be challenged against each other because they're like, the whole, I guess, idea of that thing is, like he said, the winner gets the recognition. There's really nothing to win other than recognition, and whatever. Do you think it's like a thing where people don't want to be put in competition against each other. They don't want to be, you know, pitted against one another. What do you think? Why do you think people weren't really interested in doing that at first?
Well, this is the question. What is the goal? What is the benefit? You know, are we just battling? You know, because if that's the case, we do that every day on the street. You know, we always battling. What are we learning from it? You know what I'm saying? And if I'm doing this just so I can be tore down, why am I going to do that?
Yeah.
You know, so we have to be careful in these battles. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, a lot of these battles, if you go to Barner Brothers and stuff like that, people battling all the time. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you battling against somebody who can actually teach you something.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What is the purpose? You know what I'm saying? Is this just so the next person can be, oh man, his haircuts was garbage and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm battling and my haircut isn't as good as the next person, is that now am I about to be shunned?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or is it, hey, this is why your haircut wasn't that great. You know, if you do this, and this differently, you know, you'll have a better outcome.
Right.
But in society today, we don't have that mindset. We don't have that outlook. We want to, oh yeah, his head.
Take every opportunity to cut someone down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think you're right. And especially in this city, I mean, I hate to say it, but in this city, it's even worse, you know? So, but yeah, like shout out to my girl Damo. She said she thinks the word versus was seen in a different light during COVID because of the worldwide versus battles. Yeah. And I definitely think that that's kind of like why he really took on that vision. I think because of the time that we're in right now and everybody being forced to be in the homes, you know, you can't really go nowhere. We can't really do nothing. Give us something entertaining to do. And, you know, just really be able to showcase. I think that we all know that that's his, you know, goal. Like he wants to showcase, you know, the barbers. But like you said, I get what you're saying because there are other people who will then take something like that and try to, you know what I'm saying, turn it into something ugly. And
it's always a negative.
I think that what TJ is trying to do is give us something to look forward to. Even if it's just,
and that's true.
Two barbers cutting somebody's hair just for entertainment purposes. Just to give us something to look forward to. Because there's right now there's everything is everything is crazy right now.
Right.
So this is some local
positive
barbers who are giving us a show.
And then like I said, it gives me the feels from the hair show days. That's what I like about it. Like I love the fact that you know, they're bringing that back. Like I remember the days when the hair shows used to be like, you know, that was like a real big event.
I used to do flyers for them, and that was like the most exciting time for me because there was so many hair shows going on at the same time. So
I really I love what they're doing, but I agree with you, and I hope that, you know, we as a community can keep it positive and keep it on a keep it as an entertaining, fun thing for our city and not turn it into something ugly because you know, I agree with you. People can be that way.
People can, but the thing is like there's enough hair out that everybody can eat.
Yes.
So it's not like I'm worried about you taking off my plate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just those that are eating, we just got to make sure that they license. So that way those that worked for it and actually got their license can eat properly.
Absolutely.
You know
I agree.
What I'm saying? And if you haven't done your license like you should, then you know you shouldn't eat like I eat.
Yeah, shout out to Joshua. He said cutting hair is an art. Promote the art, not the competition. Yeah, and that's what I said. It should be and to showcase your work.
That's Bishop Joshua over there up in Detroit. He said, "What's up, more?"
What's going on, baby?
Want to say hello to everybody on the live that's tuned in. Do the dig, Marvin, Damo, Ray, maybe Unique. Hey,
good morning,
my cousin
Grinders.
Deidre. Hey, boo, I see you on the live. Thank you for tuning in. My girl Ashley. Who else you see? Who else you got?
And that's so crazy. I hate that we can't see the
Darrell, Hope.
You got more people.
Alexandria.
Yeah.
Jason. Hey, Jason. Good morning. Renee. Danetta.
Amy Meredith.
Amy Meredith, Morgan, Mama Riley, Cofette Biggs. That's my girl. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning,
Thank
Grinders.
you for tuning in. We appreciate you guys tuning into this show. We're sitting down talking to Zante Moore, you know, CEO of Z's Parlor and ZDM Entertainment. And, you know, we're going to take a quick break. We want you guys to stay tuned. We got more great conversation coming. So just stay tuned right where you are.
So who is Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Tekashi 6ix9ine, you know who he is.
I don't.
He's the rapper with all the colorful hair that like snitched. And everybody hates him because, well, not hate him, but everybody talks about him. You know, he's known for being a snitch now. And
who's his dad?
I have no clue.
50 Cent. 50 Cent is Tekashi 6ix9ine's dad.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
Is he for real, Dwan?
I'm definitely for real. You got your phone going?
No, I don't believe that.
Very underrated stand-up comedian, Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah.
Man, that's my icon. I'm gonna just say that, him and Cedric the Entertainer, because I always felt like I can sing too, but you know all that stuff. So Jamie Foxx for me is Jamie. So if we ever had to say who we wanted to be with in another life, I wanted Jamie Foxx. I wanted.
Whoa.
Wake up.
Listen to the Rise and Grind Morning Show, presented by 419 The Grind.
Welcome back. You are tuned into the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show. It's your girl, Miss Leah Renee. And I got my girl, Shay K.
Yes.
And, of course, we got Zante Moore in the building, CEO of Z's Parlor and ZDM Entertainment. Now, let's talk about ZDM Entertainment for a little bit.
All right. Okay. So let's get this a correction. Enterprises.
I'm sorry.
We don't want to focus just on
You're right.
entertainment. It's
You're right.
enterprises.
And I should have known better.
Right.
And what does those initials stand for?
It's actually my.
Those are his initials.
My initials.
Okay.
And my kids' initials. So you know.
Yes, ZDM Enterprises, because it's not just about entertainment. This is an empire.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Your
okay.
kids got the same initials as you?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Genius.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. That's cute. Okay, so you started ZDM Enterprises.
Yes.
Did you always have that vision? Did you know you were going to always have that company, or did it kind of like as you've grown through life and as opportunities have presented themselves, it kind of just?
So ever since I've wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Which was when? When did you discover you're an entrepreneur?
For a long time.
Okay.
A long time. Actually, when I started college for chemical engineering. And
where did you do that?
UT, University.
Hey, Rockets.
Exactly, exactly. And then, you know, I was like, there's more to chemical engineering than just being in the lab, but it wasn't something that I wanted to do. You know, I like interacting with people and stuff like that. So that's why I ended up going to school for business. And now is, you know, what can we do to be a mogul, you know?
Yeah.
And that's just encompassing different businesses, and enterprises means that you could pretty much put everything under that umbrella and then just create DBAs off of that. So that's why we have ZDM Enterprises, and now, you know, we have a DBA of Z's Parlor, and then as things go on, we just continue to add to the DBA.
That's right. Yeah, we had that conversation. You know, I sat with Z. We talked about some things, and you know, with me trying to brand my company and myself, I was saying like, okay, should I do LRP Enterprises or should it just be LRP Entertainment? And he was like, no, you want to definitely have it Enterprises. And I was like, yeah, because there's other businesses I want to have other than entertainment. I don't just want to have a podcast studio. I don't just want to do entertainment. Like, I want to have a medical facility one day. I want to get into doing commercial construction and real estate. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things I want to do in the next 10 years, you know, that are going to fall underneath LRP Enterprises. So, yeah, we had that conversation, and he gave me up on some things, dropped some gems on me. Okay. But, yeah, so when you formulated ZDM Enterprises, like, first of all, how long has it been established?
Actually, I had to do it twice. I did it a few years ago, but I had to redo it when I opened up the studio because I couldn't get my tax ID. I didn't at that time do my tax ID number like I was supposed to. So I had to redo it so that way my tax ID number would match the LLC. So it's actually been in effect for 2 years now. The LLC has been in effect for 2 years.
And so was it like you getting involved at GMPC and like doing the work that you've done for Breon Hall Ministries that made you want to make it, or were you already doing that and that's why he enlisted you?
No, none of that.
Okay.
You know, it's just one of those. It was something that I already wanted to do, so I did it. And then it's like, if you go into something prepared, you, regardless of what happens, you know you're just ready for it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily something that I was saying, okay, well, let me do this for this. It's just I wanted to create an umbrella so that way anything that I wanted to do, I could just throw up under it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And try to, because the idea is you want to minimize the tax information that you have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? With the umbrella, you got the one tax liability, and then you could just funnel everything into that one tax liability versus trying to keep up this tax ID number, this tax ID number, this tax ID number, and then trying to formulate all that stuff so you can figure out what all taxes you're paying. Mm-hmm. Figure all that. Mm-hmm. Just create. You got your one umbrella, then create DBAs off of that umbrella, so that way everything still pays into the same account. It's just you have whatever is situated for that DBA. Now, when it came to GMP, it's just I'm a kind of a do-it-all guy anyway, so I just kind of got thrown into it. And then as we've been going through this pandemic, I just been picking, as we start doing stuff, I pick it up and then, I research it and then we just go with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because now then when this happened, you had to figure out how to...
we started from scratch.
Do the lives and then you do the live broadcast and then this and then that and the productions. And
we started from scratch.
And it was so crazy because I had... just met you all I guess not too long after you had started, and I was thinking that this was something that had been in that you guys had been doing this for forever. I was like, when you told me, I think you told me we just started this a few months ago, and I'm like, what? Like it was crazy. So it looked so good.
Like here though, I was surprised too. That you guys weren't here longer than what I thought.
Yeah, because actually that was the first time I met Z was when Dr. Hall invited me to come on his show After Dark, and and Z he produces and puts that whole thing together. Right. And so, I met him, I saw him, doing his little thing, and I'm very, curious to all that type of stuff. So of course, I walked over and I'm like, so what you over here doing? You know what I'm saying? And I'm asking questions and, asking the same thing with you, about the software and different stuff like that. And he told me that they had only just started doing that. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. Made me feel a little silly because here I am, I've went to school for all this type of stuff, and you guys are teaching me stuff I don't even know. I'm like, it's crazy.
But it's always an evolving type of thing. It's always stuff to learn.
School teaches you about
networking.
It teaches you how to network, or it just puts you in position to network. Mm-hmm. But it teaches you how to be in front of the camera. It don't necessarily teach you a lot about behind the camera. Right. Mm-hmm. When you behind the camera, you get grades because you figure it out. Yeah,
it's a whole nother ball game behind the camera.
Stuff changes too much for it to just to be a class for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you just filling it out. I researched the Rode products, shout out to Rode, I researched the Rode products, but then what if you don't have Rode budget, you know what I'm saying? So what are other avenues?
Trial and error.
You know what I'm saying?
$40.
Exactly. If you don't have a Rode budget, because Rode got some nice products,
Yeah, I think.
We only got the top of the line in here, so
top notch.
Right.
Yeah, no. But I love the fact that you guys are doing what you're doing, and so like you said, for someone who isn't in alignment with that type of budget to get the top of the line stuff, what would be your advice for someone who is interested in doing these types of things and they're like, well, I don't got it like that, I don't even get started. What would be your advice?
Listen, the simplest thing you can do if you wanted to start doing a podcast where there's visual, audio, is
come to the 419 grind.
I like how you threw that in there.
No. They do have time slots available. I mean, you know, most people, you know, you got updated cell phones. You know, you can use your iPhone or, you know, your S20. I don't know what the newest Samsung. I think it's S20, but I don't know. But, you know, use your iPhone, you know, get you a nice little lapel mic and mic yourself up and get you a stand. Don't be trying to set it up on no books and stuff like that.
I mean, get a simple
ring light
with the mic stand, exactly. Camera stand behind it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you're so used to being behind the camera. You aren't. How does this feel as being like? Is this your first time ever being interviewed?
No.
No? Okay, so how do you feel about when you're like being interviewed and you're actually in front of the camera because you're used to being like behind the scenes? What's that like for you?
Listen, I am the guy who I feel like I can do whatever you need me to do
That's
when
right.
you need me to do it. So I was in a play a few years ago. You know,
You got your acting skill? Okay. All right, Denzel.
So, you know, hey, I just do what I need to do to get it done.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Then when you were in the play, were you like one of those people who had to be involved in everything? Were you like trying to be involved in the behind the scenes?
You know, when I have an opportunity to sit down, I try to sit down.
Yeah.
You know, because I do so much as it is.
Yeah.
So when I have an opportunity to sit down, I sit down. But I wish we were supposed to be doing another play, but you know, COVID happened. So I'm hoping that.
What play were you in?
I was in a play called. What was that play called? It was called.
It was here in Toledo.
It was.
Like at where was it?
I was
Where did
gonna
it?
say,
Where was it at?
We had did it at the at Lourdes University in the auditorium.
Oh, okay.
Come back to me on that one.
Okay. So you was getting your little Denzel Washington on. I ain't mad at that. You know what's so funny is I've always like wanted to. That's actually always been my ultimate dream was to be an actress. But like, you know, I've always told myself like I ain't really gonna be able to do that. So that was what like influenced me to go into radio and TV because.
Gotcha.
Ultimately, I really wanted to be an actress, but I was like, I'm probably never gonna make it being an actress. So, well, let me go to school and at least be in radio and TV. You know, that's like the next best thing. But like, I've always like had this desire to like wanna get into like acting in plays.
Sounds
and
like we don't have a 419 grind play.
Plays and stuff.
Right.
Oh.
You okay, Leah?
Yeah, sorry, I lost my earring and I can't be losing this now.
Them is
I thought you were like practicing your acting skills.
No, my sister bought me these earrings. They're Michael Kors, and so they're definitely not cheap. I can't lose these.
Go ahead and get in trouble if you want to.
I'm gonna just put that one right there.
Yes.
So we don't lose it.
Go ahead and sit that down.
So is that the first play that you were in, or have you been in others?
No, that was the actual first production that I was a part of.
Okay, and so you said you are thinking about doing another one. Like, do you want to actually, like, you want to be a part of the production? Like, you want to be the one that does the production, like, put the play together, or you just want to be in another one?
He want to be the star.
You want to be the star?
Yeah, I just want to participate. Yeah. Sometimes it's just okay just to participate.
Yeah. Better to remember your lines than having to worry about the media stuff right now.
I mean, you know, because if I have to do that, you know, I don't have a problem with doing that either. But, you know, because I don't have a problem being a director or producer, as you can see. You know, I don't, you know, I fit whatever role.
I feel like you're going to get thrown into that anyway.
I have. We have.
But you're also a perfectionist too, so you're kind of one of those type of people that it's like even when you're not necessarily thrown into it, you probably kind of throw yourself into it because you want everything to be right. You're definitely a perfectionist. You make sure everything is together, and you know that's a great thing though. That's why it's always great to have people like that on the scene. But I remember like even when I was living out in LA, I did a lot of background acting, right? And so I would be on set, you know, doing, you know, as a background actor.
Right.
And I was, like I said, I've always been into, you know, movies and not even just wanting to be an actress, but I have ideas for movies that I want to write and like produce and film and all that type of stuff. And so when I used to be out there in LA working on the sets, all of the background actors like on the downtime, they would all be like in the little area for the background actors, like, you know, doing whatever, being on their phones or whatever, taking pictures. And I would always go over to the people who were filming. And I would stand behind the cameras and I would ask questions. Like I would be like, I would walk up to him and I would say like, you know, are you the director? Like, what exactly do you do? Like, what do you do? Like, I've never been a person to like be scared to ask questions or like to approach someone.
And you can't be.
And like I like always like threw people off. Like they would be like, they would kind of look at me at first like,
who are you?
Like, why is she talking to me? But then, you know, they would like, they would open up and they would start talking. They would tell me stuff. You know, and I got to learn different things, and so that was like really dope. Like being on a set of like actual like movie and TV, like that was like an experience I'll never forget.
Gotcha.
And I would love to get into. So yeah, next time you find out about a play, let me know. We go do the cast to call together.
We're always looking for people. So the play I was in was called Faces.
Oh, okay, Faces. And, so what was that about?
It was about a young lady who was. FACES is an acronym. It's for Faith Always Conquers Every Storm.
Oh, I love that.
And I was kind of a co-star to the main, and she had like a drug problem that nobody knew because she had a surgery and then she got addicted to the opiates and the pain meds and stuff like that. And I ended up being her dealer. And, so I was married to her sister, and I was ended up being her dealer, and it was a secret that we were supposed to been keeping. So at the time I was playing a Jamaican. So
where can we see that? Is it on YouTube or something?
You know, when we did the play, the videographer that was supposed to be, because we did two, we did a morning session and an evening session. Mm-hmm. The person that was supposed to have been the videographer did not show, so we didn't get it.
Oh wow!
And I had did a whole bunch of ad-libbing in the second show, and it was a great time.
Yeah, that seems like it would be really fun.
I know. Like I would love to see that. Did you have the dreads too?
I didn't have the dreads.
Okay.
It was right before basketball season, so I had the beard going. And,
okay.
Yeah. It was a good time. It was a good time.
TJ Johnson says, Z gotta wake up, man. Yeah, it's the Rise and Grind morning show.
Morning grind. It's a morning grind.
We up, TJ. We up.
Is he where he's supposed to be at?
Are you where you supposed to be at, TJ?
That's what we need to work about.
That's what we need to know. Megan, shout out to Megan. She said, that's how he always is.
Right.
Yeah, Z's cooler than the other side of the pillow. So I want to say hello to everybody on the live tuning in. Shout out to everybody who's listening and watching. Want to say thank you to everybody on iHeartRadio and Google Play and all of those other platforms who can hear us but can't see us. We appreciate you too.
This is Beauty Week.
Yes, it's Beauty Week.
Anybody out there, beauticians, makeup artists, nail artists, call in, promote your brand. Anything you got going on, feel free to call in 419-540-3566. We would love to hear from you.
Yes.
Even if you don't have anything going on, if you want to just put your phone number out there, your Instagram and Facebook, call in and we'll put that up for you.
Yes. So I know that you are an established barber and you have a nice clientele. Are you still accepting new clients, or are you kind of like, no, new friends?
I'm always accepting new clients. It's you just have to be understanding that my schedule is crazy, and as long as you're flexible with me, I'll be flexible with you.
Where can they reach you at?
419-508-6093.
Okay.
Just give me a call or text. I don't really like booking apps because I like to actually talk to people.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I love that because I do not like these booking apps. Like I feel like especially for this sort of business, I'm
you got questions.
I don't know. I just feel like it's so it's so impersonal. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I
need to see who coming to me. I don't just want anybody just booking. All good money ain't good money. So I've been one of those people too. I've never did a booking app either.
So just give me a call, give me a text, and then I'll give you a little consultation, and we'll see what's going on, see what we can work out.
And where can people find you on social media?
I'm not as active on social media, but my Facebook is Zante Moore, my name, and then Instagram is Barbara Z. Okay. So Barbara_Z.
Awesome. So do you have any things coming up that we should look forward to, or that you want to announce or tell us about?
We got some exclusive.
No, I don't have any exclusives.
We like to break. We like to break people out.
Right.
You know,
Break the news.
You're breaking news.
No, but listen. Now that I'm aware of this platform. I mean, I've obviously been aware of it for the last few months.
Of course, you have.
Due to Leah, but now that I'm aware, because when we did the play, we had Gatto on 95.7, and we did a show. I mean, did a time for that. But now that I know that this is here, once that comes up again and some other stuff comes our way, we'll make sure that we hit you guys up.
Yes, I have to always have the exclusives.
Right.
So. that new. So what's going on over there at Greater New Psalmist Church? Are you guys working on anything? Any events coming up? I know with COVID, obviously things, it put a halt on a lot of things that you guys were working on over there. But is there anything going on over there that you guys want to announce?
Everything is virtual right now.
Yeah.
But we do have our church anniversary coming up in February, where we'll be having Bishop Dixon out of Houston, Texas.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
He'll be our guest speaker for that service.
Will it still be virtual?
Everything's going to be virtual.
Okay.
So are they still, are people allowed to come in the church, or is still no one in the church?
If we do, it's going to be very limited.
It's like a very limited count, yeah.
Because we opened it back up, and then, because nothing has happened in our church yet. And thank God,
yeah,
He keeps His covering over us.
Mm-hmm.
But we just want to make sure that we stay protected.
Yeah.
And there are some essentials that we keep there, so that we make sure that we can keep the productions going.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we just try to keep our audience low, so that way we can make sure that we are able to do what we need to do on a consistent basis.
Mm-hmm. You take those precautions.
Yeah, we have to. We
Yeah.
have to. We had a little number for a New Year's Eve service, so we had a good time, and we try to make sure everything is available online. So if you go to either Greater New Psalmist Facebook page, or Breon Hall Ministries Facebook page, or either my Facebook page, you should see some of our production and stuff like that.
Yep. So I appreciate you coming in and sitting down with us. It's been great having a conversation with you.
Listen, I'm glad you invited me.
Yes, absolutely. It's all family, and everything we do here is family. We try to keep it a family affair, and we definitely want to showcase all the amazing talent in Toledo.
Real quick.
Yes,
okay.
What you got for us?
The barber school is open, all right? I know there's a lot of people out here who are scared to get haircuts and stuff like that, but we need people to come through the barber school and get some of these students some experience.
Yeah.
So, I mean, right now the haircuts are free. So we need to make sure that, hey, y'all come. We're open because of what's going on with the hours. We're open to about 3:30. Get in there about 3:30. Come get a haircut. We open from 9 o'clock to 3:30. Come in there, get a haircut. We actually will be moving to Scott within the next few weeks. Once I get
Go ahead, finish your thought.
Once I get that information, then we'll work that out. But
Awesome. Okay, well, we have a caller on the line. Thank you for calling in. You've reached the All New Rise and Grind Morning Show. It's Leah Renee, Shay K, and Z Moore. Who do we got on the line?
It's TJ, y'all.
Hi, TJ. What's up,
What's
TJ?
going on? Good morning.
I'm actually glad you called in, TJ, because I've been wanting to, you know Z. You guys go way back. You were a student underneath his guidance and direction. What's a memory you have with Zante that you'd like to share?
Always taking my stuff, staying on my head.
All truth.
Never let me do what I want to do. Zante a good dude. I love Zante, man. I actually knew Zante way before I even went to barber school.
Yeah,
we used to work together.
Really?
Yeah.
Where y'all used to work together at?
Park Smart.
Oh, wow. Y'all was the ones giving me all them damn tickets.
The bad guys.
Exactly.
That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you calling in and sharing that memory with us.
Yeah. Zante, you better give my boys a shout out, man.
Man, hey, always. I just sent customers your way.
Who he telling you to give shout outs to?
To the barber school.
Oh, the barber school, yeah.
Shout out your people.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
I'm repping.
Right. Well, thank you for calling in, TJ. We appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah. So as Z Moore said, he just said, you know, the barber school is still open.
Yes.
They're not only are they doing haircuts, but they're giving free haircuts.
Exactly.
You know, the students, they need that experience. They need that hands-on experience. So, you know, make sure you guys go down to the barber school and give these students the opportunity to be able to, you know, perfect their craft.
Exactly. We're at the Old DeVilbiss, 3281 Upton. The Old DeVilbiss.
When are y'all moving to Scott, or you don't know yet?
Hey, we dealing with TPS, so I don't know.
Okay. But as far as right now,
all I can tell you is that, you know, between now and whenever, you know, I went to checked out the building yesterday. It's cool. I got mixed feelings about it, but, you know,
will it be where the cosmetology part is, or is it?
Yeah, we're in the skill center. Yeah, we're in the skill center.
Okay.
It's not, we're not sharing the same space.
Okay.
But cause they're slightly down the hall.
Okay.
So we're actually in the old art room.
Okay.
In the skill center. So if you
what was the reasoning for why are they moving it? Do you know?
Speculation. TPS have partnered with ProMedica on some medical program that they're going to be doing.
Oh wow,
ProMedica buying up everything.
ProMedica,
they ain't playing.
ProMedica, Ohio, and
I'm about to say they might as well rename Toledo.
They better rename our city.
Man,
between the Toledo Hospital and ProMedica. Well, I mean, no, it's
the same thing.
UT. That's what I meant to say. Between UT and Toledo Hospital, it's like
they buying up everything.
Yeah, they done bought up everything.
Monopoly for them.
Well, you know, UT and UT and ProMedica, they partnered on some stuff too. So
yeah.
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 Well, UT partner and whoever they could partner.
Right, absolutely. They ain't playing no games. Yeah. Shout out to UT Rockets. Deion Westbrook says, Zante Moore repping for the school, my brother. Anthony Burrows says, stay optimistic. TJ says, talk about the students. Who's your favorite student?
Who's my favorite? I don't have one.
Good answer. He'll know when you get some lunch this week that you was my favorite. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, they all hate me until they graduate. They're like, oh man, you my favorite.
That's how it usually is.
I love it. Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in for a really good show. We're going to wrap up the show in a few minutes here, but we're going to take a quick break before we do that. So make sure you guys stay tuned for Shay's Affirmation.
Yes.
Welcome to Cloth Talk with Rob Lewis, where we bringing you nothing but exclusives, all the interviews, all the backline stories, all the stuff you don't hear and see every day. And every guest that you see on the show, they cut from that cloth. No, everybody ain't cut from that cloth. So sit back, enjoy the show.
Wake up in the morning with a smile. You make me so happy, it's worth my while. I don't care what others have to say. Yes, it feels so good to be loved. Oh, yes, it feels so good to be loved by your soul. Yes, it feels so good to be loved. Oh, yes, it feels so good to be loved by your soul. Yes, it feels so good to be loved. Oh, yes, it feels so good to be loved by your soul. Yes, it feels so good to be loved. No, I can't believe that you would do me so dirty. Hit the pause button right now and press rewind. Things replay in my mind about 1,000 times. Every red flag you show me is flying high. You got the wrong one. I'm so messed up in my head, I can't be sure. You might say insecure, I say trust issues. Now I'm moving different, say I'm acting new. You got the wrong one. You got me, and I can't help but wonder where would I be if I treated you different from the start and held on to the mystery of my love. You got the wrong one. If ignorance is bliss, then I'm naive. 'Cause everything you tell me I believe. You know just what to say to get to me. You've got the wrong one. I blind myself with passion 'cause I got faith. We blame it on perception just to be safe. But that's a misconception, you're taking advantage and you've got the wrong one. You got me, and I can't help but wonder where would I be if I treated you different from the start and held on to the mystery of my love. You got the wrong one. I've dreamed of love with ups and downs, but not like this. I'm anxious for a tangible peace of mind, and I know you might think that I'm running like you, thinking it's funny 'cause they know something I don't. Oh, and I can't help but wonder where would I be if I treated you different from the start and held on to the mystery of my love. You got the wrong one. You got me, and I can't help but wonder where would I be if I treated you different from the start and held on to the mystery of my love. You got the wrong one. Hit the pause button right now and press rewind. Things replay in my mind about 1,000 times. Every red flag you show me is flying high. You got the wrong one.
Welcome back. You are tuned into the all new Rise and Grind Morning Show. It's your girl, Miss Leah Renee, and I got my girl Shay K here with me. We want to say thank you again to Zante Moore for coming through and sitting down and having a great conversation with us. He had to skate out, but we appreciate him. And we also appreciate all of the barbers, the stylists, everyone that came in this week. It's been such a great week. Like, we got one more tomorrow, which is my one of my personal friends and my nail tech, Aisha. She's coming in tomorrow. But yeah, this week has been great. Like, just the energy. I would say like I really like, man, I don't know, between Maya and Chevy and then Denny. I mean, it was just like it's been really dope energy. And TJ, you know, can't leave him out. Kayla, they all came through.
Very informational, dropping gems, and alignment, and it's just been going so good. I'm so excited that we decided on doing theme week, so we can spotlight a lot of different categories that people are doing and showcasing their work, and some of the underdogs that people don't know about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm so thankful and grateful. That's one of my things that I said I love about this platform that we have, getting out there and getting the people known. And you know, people can still call in, and like you said, even if you don't have anything necessarily going on, just promote your brand. Let us know where they can find you at.
Absolutely.
People are always looking for new stylists and everything. You know, everybody always needs their hair done no matter what's going on.
That's right. We're looking for, we're opening
into existence.
We're opening up the lines for you guys. We want you to call in and talk to me and Shay K.
Yes.
I mean, you know, let's talk about everything that's going on. Like she said, if you have a business you'd like to promote, and you don't just have to be someone in the beauty industry. If you have a business or a brand that you would like to call and promote right now, we're opening up the lines for you to call in, talk to me and Shay K. If you want to talk about what happened at Capitol Hill, we can talk. We're still talking about that.
Looking for sponsors. Call in.
We have more theme weeks coming up. We're going to be having a what's our next theme
Workout
week?
week.
Oh, yes, we have Fitness Week coming up. We have Fitness Week coming up, and we have some of the hottest trainers in Toledo coming through. Who's some of the people we got coming through?
We got Glove. We got Lisa Fletcher. We got
Marcel, Mike Riley.
Yep.
Yeah, we got lots of people coming in for Fitness Week. Some of the hottest trainers in the city. So, and we got a caller. Thank you. You've reached the All New Rise and Grind Morning Show. Who we got on the line?
John Tez Moore, owner and operator of Jet Nod's Introduction to Firearms.
Hey, good morning.
Thank you for grinding with us.
Thank you for waking up and grinding with us. Where is your business located?
I'm in the Toledo and surrounding areas.
Okay.
I offer CCW classes.
Awesome. That's so dope because I actually need some of those.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get with you. What's your phone?
And right now, because of the whole COVID thing, I teach 6 hours of the classroom portion online.
Oh, I love that.
We do it from home, and then we go to the range for 2 hours and knock it out.
Oh, wow. Okay, so how can we reach you?
I got a Facebook. You can find me at Zetnod's Introduction to Firearms or Zetnod's LLC. That's ZETNOJ LLC. And you'll see my page. All the classes are posted there. Or give me a call at 419-215-4069.
Say that phone number one more time.
419-215-4069.
All right.
Yes,
thank you so much. Yes. Thank you for tuning in to us, and thank you for supporting.
Yes.
And absolutely thank you for giving us that information, because I'm definitely going to get with you.
Especially with all this craziness going on.
It's $100.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's
all right.
Too.
Yes.
I always tell people, I'd rather for you to carry legally instead of carrying illegally.
Absolutely.
And still getting in trouble.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes.
Thank you. We appreciate
Thank you so much.
Thank you for grinding with us. Have a great morning.
Rise and grind.
Hey.
419, what's on your mind? Give us a call at 419-545-66. We want to hear from you.
Yes, I love it. Yes. That's so dope because, and I'm glad we did that. I'm glad we're opening up the lines because this is how you figure things out like this. It's like I myself have been saying I need to get, I need to get my CCW and I need to, take some classes and stuff. And so, I'm going to make that happen because I got to get that done.
Especially with all this craziness that's going on.
This is crazy. Right. I mean, my mom, like I said, my mom has a couple firearms in our house and we're set. I mean, if it comes down to it and I need to pull that thing out and use it, I know how to use it. I am military trained. I've qualified in weapons qualification and stuff like that, but it has been a while since I shot a gun. But I will say this, somebody run up in my home, I'm gonna grab that thing and I'm gonna get the bussin'.
Run up, what they used to say, run up and get done up.
Period. You feel me? Like if it's gonna be me or you,
it's gotta be you. I got kids to live for.
Man, I got my babies in there. So yes, he also has put his information in the comments. So definitely make sure you get with him if you would like to get your CC. Yes, that makes it so much much more convenient.
They do 6 hours, to just be at home,
and then 2 hours at the range.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take that class with you, Lee.
Yes, we should do it.
Yeah.
Shay, you want to do
Shay?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So we have a party up here. We just all watching up here.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and then we're gonna come in here with our guns and we're gonna take pictures and put them on social media like everybody else.
Strapped up. 419 strapped up. That sound good.
So yes, thank you to everybody who's tuned in on the live. Dean Westbrook, I see you. Ray Armstrong, good morning.
Ray Armstrong needs to call in. He's sending us music.
Call in.
So Ray, call and talk about
call in.
Everything that you're doing as far as your music, and you got music videos that's out. So give us a call, 419-540-3566.
Yes, we want to hear from you guys. So, like this whole thing that we were talking about earlier as far as like Capitol Hill is concerned, like what do y'all feel about that? Are y'all scared? Like, do you guys feel like that's going to trickle down and like become like go nationwide, like to where like those people are just going to be like trying to...
I think that one will spark some other small ones, but it'll be nothing like people think it's going to be. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be like a Civil War situation, I don't think.
Yeah.
Because I think with the new presidency coming in, I think they're going to put a stop to it.
And that's what I was wondering, how
because
would it be
Trump obviously will not do that.
Yeah.
Put a stop to it. So once after the 20th and when he's what do you call it? When he's sworn in,
yeah.
Right. And then I think things are going to, kind of change.
But my thing is like, how do you think, like, what do you think that inauguration is going to look like?
I think it's going to be crazy.
And furthermore,
they probably might be National Guarded up that.
It will be national, but I'm sure they'll be out there.
Yeah.
Those Trump supporters.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy.
That is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, if they'll run up on Capitol Hill like that,
I know, that is still crazy. That has never ever happened in history.
No, right.
It's crazy.
I'm interested to see how the inauguration is going to be, because all I can... Shay, you want to give your affirmation now or no?
It's something simple and sweet.
We might as well go for it.
Okay, here we go. Main goals. In 2021, these should be your main goals. This is a year to fall back in love with yourself, stay consistent with your goals, and to stay true to yourself.
Simple, I love it.
And sweet.
Very simple and sweet.
Yes,
they call it KISS.
Right now,
keep it simple.
Going on right now, it's best to just stay out the way and stay to yourself.
Yeah,
I can't even wait to get home. I don't have anything to do. I'm home. Get me home.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine who always used to say, I just keep my head down and work hard. You know what I mean? Because if I worry so much about what's going on around me and whether I got
stress you out,
what I got this opportunity and why I didn't get that opportunity and this and that, he said, all I do is just, because how we even got on the topic of that conversation, he's vice president for Comerica. So he's like, he's very successful in his industry and in his career. And I used to say, how did you get to this point? Like, how did you get to a point, where you make it, that successful and you be in this area? And he said, I just always kept my head down and worked hard. Like, I was never really, and he's like, and that's probably a good thing and a bad thing, because I may have went a little further in life. He's like, but I just wanted to, like, stay out the way. Like, I just wanted to stay out of people's way. He said, I just kept my head down and I worked hard, but that worked for him because he has an amazing career behind of it. And sometimes, even for me personally, like, I've spent so much time trying to, like, keep so much on my plate, or keep, you're trying to do this and trying to do that and trying to, just trying to be
around like a maniac.
And you're running around like a maniac, and sometimes you just have to, just keep your head down. Because, that's been another thing. Like, I'm always like, especially with social media, you look around, you see what, you think other people are doing, or you think what other people have. And, you get discouraged sometimes, but he's always just been the type of person that's like, I don't pay attention to what's going on around me. I just keep my head down and I just do what I got to do and move forward. So that's been something, in the last like 3 years that I really took with me, and I've really like been more of that type of person now. I'm just going to keep my head down, stay out the way, and work hard.
And I think that comes with maturity and growth. Like we was talking about earlier, so many things that we listen to our parents or grandparents was trying to tell us back then, and then be like, no, I'm gonna miss something. I was always scared to miss something. I want to be out here. I want to see what's
got that FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah, just want to see what's going on. Now it's like, don't call me and invite me to nothing right now. I need some prayer. I need some meditation. I need to stay at home to figure some stuff out. Cause all that kicking it don't pay the bills.
It sure don't.
Right now, it's really not safe right now. So.
No, it's not safe.
And we on a curfew, so it's like you ain't missing nothing.
Yeah.
It's time to just be at home.
It's time to, just like last year when this all first happened, so many of us really did take the time to just
go back to the drawing board.
Go back to the drawing board and push forth with whatever it is that we have been holding on to. We have to create our visions boards. We're in a whole new year, and it's time to use this time. If you didn't use last year to, if you're one of the people who are sitting back listening to other people say, oh yeah, 2020 wasn't bad for me. I did this and I did that. And you're wondering like, it was horrible for me. How did you need to take this time. Now we're still in the pandemic. We're still in the same situation. Use this year to really, create something for yourself,
And I know a lot of people too that was posting those memes like, stop letting people get you guys discouraged because you didn't start businesses because they were trying to tell people to be hustling and stuff like that. And I just feel like if that was your path to go down, then that was your path to go down. But if not, mental health was a good thing too. I mean, even if it was just taking the time to read a book, you know, find something to look forward to positive. You don't have to just run and start a business. I understand it is more than just doing that, but the mental health state of a lot of things that we're going through, again, you just needed that time to just be by yourself and to figure it out. So you might have not have started a business, but just to be able to stay happy and, you know what I mean, to find something to look forward to in this time, that takes work too.
Right. And it's like, to the people who are out there, it's two sides of it, because people are like, these people really try to make you feel dumb because you're working or you have a job or this or that. And like one girl was like, I'm a nurse, I'm making 6 figures, and I had a girl basically trying to tell me I'm dumb for making my little coins, and come to find out, she was selling her little cookies for $40. I was dying laughing at that comment, like, man, that's crazy. But the point is, it's we laugh about it, but it's for real, because people will be so judgmental to a situation. Just because someone isn't a business owner or isn't an entrepreneur doesn't mean they're not successful in their own right, doesn't mean that they are not happy, and doesn't mean that they're not fulfilled. So just because you want to start a business, just because I've started a business, just because you have a brand, doesn't mean that's not everybody's goal, and that's not everybody's purpose in life.
And we already said it's business, it's workers and it's people that own businesses.
Absolutely.
So
I mean,
it's not for both. Like, we're not workers,
and everybody's and you're not always gonna be in the same place, because I'm not a worker now, but eventually I will be again. You know what I mean?
Before, and you realize that's not the path you want to go down. Everybody has a different path.
So like for me, I definitely am gonna go back into a position where, as a nurse, I'm going to have to be a worker again for a couple years, until I can get myself to where I'm independently, like an independent contractor, and I'm traveling and picking and choosing my jobs and stuff like that. But for the first couple years of being a nurse, I'm gonna have to go back to being a worker, and it is what it is. And so, but I'm not gonna allow anyone to make me feel stupid for you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna go back and be making some bread, you know what I mean? And I'm still gonna be pursuing, my businesses and my brand. So, people have to, I agree with the people that were saying that, like, some of you people need to really stop, like, you know what I mean? With all this, like, they call it Facebook, what are they calling it?
Facebook bullying?
Facebook, no, they're calling it something else. Facebook, I don't know. They were saying they call it like Facebook CEO or Facebook's. What are they calling it?
I missed that one.
Facebook LLC or something like that. Because so many people now like just feel like they know everything, and they just got all this advice, and they're just all this business advice. Like the one thing, shout out to Tim Petaway. He did a live the other day and was talking about in response to the the meme that we seen going around about somebody really put a post out saying like, oh, just take your stimulus money, go get an LLC, and then go apply for the loan, and boom, just like that, you got 5 bands. But but it was just the idea of what he said. Like he's like, take your stimulus check, go get an LLC, and then go apply for a loan. Boom, right there, you got 5 bands. And everybody was like, of course, people tore that thing apart because they're like, that's not how this works. You know what I'm saying? Do not have people out here thinking that you can really that's the order of operations.
And we have real businesses
because that's not the order of operations.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like that, you don't get it.
That's not the order of operations.
Especially if you don't have a service or a product to sell.
Exactly.
You just out here with an LLC for what?
For what?
And you wasted $150. I don't know why they say $150 because it only costs $99 to get the LLC.
Yeah.
But if you do it on your own through the state.
Yeah.
But why are you getting an LLC if you don't have a
business plan
product
and a product or a service?
Yeah, service. So if you have a business, yes. If you want to start a business, yes. Go get your LLC and get a tax ID number.
Yeah.
and get established with a credit union or a bank with a business account.
Right, exactly.
And start creating that paper trail.
Yeah. And then go to SBA and get a grant or a loan, and from your bank get a grant or a loan.
And let me ask you, Jesse, for people who don't know, because I know I seen some people were saying like that people are misled even with that because you have to have already had the business prior to COVID. Is that true? Like, or is it in a state to where like if someone say started a business 2 months ago or even starts it maybe now?
As far as I know, if you want to get the SBA money as far as recovery, you have to have an established business already before COVID. Because that's what it is. It's just like you missed out on this amount of money, so we're going to give you a percentage of the money that you missed out on. Otherwise, you're committing fraud.
Okay,
so.
gotcha. Got it.
Yeah, because you didn't miss out on no money. You just tried to start something in the midst of a pandemic.
Right. Yeah. And so are there though, or is there
money
a
to
fund
get
for people who are now like, okay, maybe I was a worker, but I lost my job, and now, I do want to go start a business.
Yeah, there's money for that too.
Okay.
But you have to make sure you put in the right information there to get the right type of money.
Yeah.
Because
and then when you get this money, guys, like, let's be smart with it. Like, let's not take it and buy Gucci belts.
Yeah.
Like,
invest in something that's going to get you a return.
I mean, because some people went out and got cars and houses and clothes and, like you said, jewelry, Gucci belts and all that stuff, instead of actually starting a business or putting the money towards the business that they already have.
Right.
To get a return back.
Yeah, I mean, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
And now you're sitting here waiting on a stimulus check because you spent all your SBA
With your Gucci
money.
belt on.
Right.
Sell the Gucci belt.
Yeah. Well, it's been a great show. We appreciate you guys tuning in.
Shout
we want to say thank you to our sponsors, Lima Umadop and
Hotbox and Essential Vibes.
And Essential Vibes with our girl DJ Breezy. She's our newest sponsor. So definitely shout out to all of our sponsors. If you would like to become a sponsor of the all new Rise and Grind Morning Show, make sure you send your info to Rise and Grind. That's the letter N at the419grind.com, and you can become a sponsor of the all new Rise and Grind Morning Show. We have Fitness Week coming up next week, as we said. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Tomorrow, I'm thinking it's Friday already.
Look, it's Friday Junior.
Tomorrow we got one more day left of Beauty Week, and my girl Aisha's coming in. She's a nail tech and entrepreneur, and she's coming in to sit down with us and talk about everything nails.
Yes.
So make sure you guys stay tuned tomorrow. And then next week, like I said, we have Fitness Week all week. And then, we got lots of things coming. We got lots of things coming. So continue to stay tuned to the Rise and Grind Morning Show and everything over here at the 419 Grind. And we appreciate all your guys' love and support.
Yes.
And until next time. Mwah.